The wheel strategy is a great options trading strategy, but there's one major risk. And this is when you get assigned a stock and the stock keeps falling. Because in this case, you would make a big loss. And right now, I already own 2 stocks and I might get assigned another 2 stocks tomorrow. Take a look at this. So what now? Am I in trouble? So in this video, I'll show you what I do so that you know what to do if this ever happens to you. All right, let's get started. This show is about real money and real trades. I'll show you the trading strategies that I personally trade, the tools that I use to trade my own accounts, and we will talk about the right mindset of a trader. Now, talking about mindset, I'm going to show you how to create SRC profits. And SRC stands for systematic, repeatable, and consistent, because that is the key to long-term success in the markets. So, if you are sick of all the hype and empty promises, and you want to learn trading strategies that actually work, then click on like right now and let's get started. All right, let's get started. So let's talk about the wheel strategy. Just very briefly, in a nutshell, what we do is just 3 easy steps. First, we're selling put options, and by doing so, we're collecting premium. However, if a stock dips below the strike price that we sold, we might get assigned. So, and sometimes this happens, sometimes it doesn't. Step number 3 is when we get assigned, we will sell calls and collect more premium. So all of this sounds good, and it's all fun and games until somebody loses an eye. I believe this is what my head coach Mark Hodge said this morning when we were trading with our mastermind. And if you look at my account right now, you will see, okay, there are 6 positions, so it's a little bit more. Usually I like to trade up to 5 positions, and I already own shares in LVS and I own shares in Ride. So these 2 are already assigned, and right now you see that AA is ITM in the money and CWH is in the money, and everything looks red. So what do we do in this case? Tomorrow I might get assigned, so and then I have 4 positions in my account. Is this something where I should panic? I want to show you exactly what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, and what I'm trading going into the next week. So let's go through this step by step. Let's start with the first one. So the first stock here is AA. And earlier this week, I sold AA puts with a strike price of 35. Now again, they expire tomorrow, so a lot can happen between today and tomorrow, but right now they're trading below my strike price, meaning that it is very likely that I get assigned on this one. Let's take a look at the other one. Then we also have CWH, and CWH Camping World, I sold the strike price of 37.50 expiring tomorrow. So if CWH is below 37.50 tomorrow, I will also get assigned here. Just to give an idea, so for CWH, I have 27 options, so this would be 2,700 shares. AA that we had on the previous screen, I have 29, so this would be 2,900 shares. Let's take a look at the other ones, and then we'll talk about these ones that seem to be in trouble. So JWN is Nordstrom, and Nordstrom, I sold the strike price of 32.50. As you can see right now, Nordstrom JWN is still hanging in there, 33.44 the current price, so I might not get assigned there tomorrow. But hey, I might get assigned if JWN keeps moving lower. LVS is a stock where I have been assigned at 58, so I own shares, and I own exactly 1,700 shares at a strike price of 58. And as you can see, today it is trading at 54.29. So what do I do here? Losing money, right? So we need to see what exactly is the plan. Then we also have Penn. There's another one that we traded this week with our mastermind. Penn, we sold the strike price of 79. Right now it is trading at 76.50, but earlier today it was trading at 75.43. So maybe I even get assigned there. And what then? Then I am in what, 6 positions? And let's last but not least talk about Ride. And Ride is definitely taking us for a wild ride. So originally was assigned at 2150, flew a couple of rescue missions. My cost basis is 1579 right now. The break even is at 1437 and prices are at 1033. So I'm also losing money here. So let's talk about what to do. And we start in alphabetical order. We start with AA. And again, between today and tomorrow, a lot of things can happen, but I just want to show you off why I am not panicking just yet. I rarely panic. I mean, you know me, you've been following me on this channel. I have a plan and I want to show you right now what my plan is. And again, my hope is that this will help you if you are in a similar position. So let's go back here. AA. So the strike price is 35 and I might get assigned here. But let's take a look and see of what would happen when I do. Because this is when we move on to step number 2, which is selling calls. See, we have step number 1, which is selling puts, and then we have step number 2, which is selling calls. So this is where I'm using the PowerX calculator to see exactly what I want to do. We'll go back to LVS here in just a moment, but I first want to talk about AA. So AA, the stock purchase price, if I'm getting assigned, will be 35. So I will get assigned at $35. And I want to look at next week's expiration, since tomorrow on June 18th, I might get assigned. I just want to see how much premium I'm getting. In terms of shares, what did I say? AA, I was trading 29. So this would be 2,900 shares. So now let's see, just to start anticipating and making a plan of what could happen next week. So for AA, I'm looking right now, and I see that right now with a strike price of 35 for next week, I could sell calls and would get anywhere between 50 and 56 cents. So we could do this. Now again, since I cannot do it before I'm getting assigned, it might be a few days later. So let's say that by Monday, some time decay has kicked in, and instead of 50 and 56 cents, I might only get 40 cents. Do you think that's reasonable, 40 cents? So let's just plug it into the calculator and see what happens if with a strike price of 35, I'm selling calls and I'm getting, what did we say, 40 cents? So if I'm getting 40 cents next week, in this case, I would actually make on this one 46% annualized. You see, the total premium for the amount of shares that I'm trading here would be $1,160 in 1 week. That is not bad at all. That is not bad at all, right? So this is very, very cool. I like that idea. See, even if next week I'm only getting 30 cents, even if I'm getting only 30 cents, let's just zoom in here, you will see that I'm making $870 in just 1 week. And overall, the premium annualized is still 35%. So even though today it might look like, I'm getting assigned, you know what they say? If you don't want to own the stock, don't sell puts. And when I say what they say, it's my head coach, Mark Hodge, and I. Rule number 1 of the Wheel Club, don't sell puts on stocks that you don't want to own. Honestly, if on this one, on AA, next week, I can make $1,000 in the week, do you want to know what my reaction is to getting assigned? Yay! I want to be assigned. And this is the reaction that you should have instead of, I might get assigned. It's like, yes, I get assigned, and next week I can sell premium and I can make $1,000 in a week, because that's not bad at all. Okay. Let's take a look at the other one, at CWH. So let's see what is happening there and just start anticipating. And again, of course, I don't know where premiums will be on Monday. I don't know if the stock is bouncing back or if it keeps dropping. Do you need to fly a rescue mission? Of course not. Not at all. Not at all. So let's take a look at CWH. So the assigned price is $37.50 if it stays below $37.50 tomorrow. So let's do the same here. Let's enter the ticker, CWH. So I might get assigned at, what did I say? 37.50. 37.50. And again, expiration would be within 1 week, so next week. Shares, let's double check how many would I get assigned here. So I'm switching over to my account, and there we said 2,700 shares. Okay, I'm plugging this in here. 2,700 shares. The strike price that I want to sell calls at is at the assigned price or higher. But here I want to do it at the assigned price, and let's see what we could possibly get next week. So right now, if we would sell shares at what, 37.50 right now, we would get what, 60 to 75 cents. Can you see this? So again, shall we be conservative? Let's be conservative, and let's say on Monday, when we are selling actually calls, we only get 40 cents. What do you think about this? Does that sound reasonable? 40 cents instead of right now 60 over 75 cents. I think it's a good estimate. And so let's plug it in here into the calculator, and let's say we're getting 40 cents. So again, what you will see here, that with 40 cents, again, it's another $1,000. So wait, $800, $900 here, another $1,000. Just between these two, I can collect around $2,000 in premium in 1 week. And this is where I say, yes, I hope that I get assigned in CWH, because I like to collect $1,000. So you see, here's the deal. When you're trading the wheel, you have to look for stocks that are worth selling puts on, right? And this is where we have the scanner here, and on the scanner you will see that, yeah, something popped up. So for example, the ones that I liked today was Penn. So Penn is a good stock, and then also X is another good one. So these are two that we could possibly trade. For the rest, you see I flagged them either with a red flag or with an orange flag. Wasn't the biggest fan here. Some of them I didn't flag at all because I was only trading this morning with our mastermind members, and after this I stepped away from the computer. I'm not hypnotizing the market all day long, because I don't know about you, the market seems to be pretty unimpressed by my hypnotizing skills. It doesn't do what I want it to do. Anyhow, so you have to constantly look for it. The cool thing is, when you're assigned, you don't have to worry about this. When you're assigned, you're just selling calls, and usually you can sell calls more aggressively, and therefore you're making more premium. Let me just ask you before we move on, is this helpful at all that I'm showing you of why I'm so excited of getting assigned and what I'm planning to do next week if I get assigned? And again, tomorrow we might have a rally, and both stocks might be out of the money again, so they might rally up and I will never get assigned, which would be like, I want to get assigned, right? So this is the right attitude when trading the wheel. But hey, let me know if this is helpful at all. If so, click on like really quick, because that's the easiest way to not only show me, but also the YouTube algorithm that this is helpful. And the YouTube algorithm will show this video to more traders. Okay, cool. So let's move on, and let's see what else do we have here. So let's talk about the next one, JWN. Well, JWN, that's probably not going to happen that I'm getting assigned here. So switching over to the iPad. Again, right now we're still trading $1 above this, but even if I get assigned, again, I can collect premium. See, this is the beautiful thing about the wheel strategy. So step number one is you sell puts and you're collecting premium, right? So there's the idea here. And then number two, you might or might not get assigned. And then in step number three, you're selling calls. And when you're selling calls, this is when, again, you're collecting money. And here's the deal. This is the important thing that most beginner traders don't understand. For me, as a professional trader, for me, as I make a living trading, right, it doesn't matter whether I collect these dollars or I collect these dollars. As long as I collect dollars, I don't care which way it goes. Okay, is this making sense? Okay, good. So let's take a look at the other one. So we talked about JWN. Let's move on to LVS. So LVS is interesting because I do own shares. Let's actually go back to red, shall we? There we go. I do own, let's see, how many are there? 1,700. 1,700 shares at $5,800. Now, first of all, over the past few weeks, I have been able to sell calls several times. And by selling calls several times on LVS, I have collected, you see it here, around $5,300 in premium. So that's not bad at all. Let's jump back to the iPad. So I already have collected, where did we put it? Oh, you get the idea. $5,300 in premium. There we go. But let's take a look at this right now. So this is why we go back to the PowerX Optimizer. We enter LVS. So here's what I do. LVS for next week's expiration. Let me just show you. So for next week's expiration, let's go back to red. I have 1,700 shares at a strike price of 58. And now let's see how much premium we can get right now for this and whether it makes sense to sell calls against this existing position. So we go to LVS, we look at next week's calls at the 58, and you see right now we're getting 14 over 16 cents. So let's say we would get 15 cents. And this is where we are going back and plugging this in here and say, okay, right now we can only get 15 cents. And you see this is where the cool thing is. Right now, PowerX Optimizer tells us that would only make 10% annualized, right? So it would only make $255. Now you might say $255 is better than nothing, but here is what I think. I think I'll just look at it and say, you know what, if this just has a little pop, and today it did have a little pop. Let me just get rid of the volume here because then it's a little bit easier to see. There we go. See, today it popped up as high as 55.60. And I was a little bit aggressive. I wanted to sell this week's premium. Should have gone to next week because then I would have been able to do this on the pop. So we'll just see. I mean, as you know, yesterday we had the Fed meeting. So right now there's a lot of confusion in the market. If you look at overall what the markets are doing right now, we see that here, the Dow is slightly down for the day. The S&P is pretty much flat, and the NASDAQ is actually gaining 1.5%. So growth stocks are right now outperforming value stocks, which is fine. The sentiment can change again next week. So right now here, with this one, I'm waiting to get more premium. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's just see. What other positions do we have here? Penn, we already talked about this. So Penn, the strike price is 75. Let me just, yeah, I can get rid of this order because I don't want to. I can cancel this order right now and just let it expire worthless. This way I'm making a little bit more money. And then of course we have Ride here. And Ride, I mean, we've been talking about this several times. Let's just take a look at this here. So Ride, my break even right now is $14.37. So this means that I probably shouldn't sell calls that are way below my break even. So it might make sense to sell calls at a strike price of 14, or maybe even going a little bit higher at 14.50. And again, this is where we're going back to the calculator and see, okay, what happens here if we go to the calculator. And we are entering Ride as a ticker. So Ride, the stock purchase price. Well, the purchase price actually originally was $21.50. Then I lowered my cost basis to $15.79. So right now I could just say it is $14.39, right? I mean, this is my break-even price. Expiration, if you go to next week, I have 10,000 shares here of Ride. So if you go to a strike price, let's just see, of 14. So this means if we have a strike price of 14, let me just show you here what happens. So on the stock, I would lose $3,900, right? Because I'm getting called away at 14 and my break even is at 14.39. So I lose $13,900. However, as you recall, if you have been watching me, you know that I already made $15,284 in premium. So even if I did that right now, and if I'm losing around $4,000 and I made already $15,000 in premium, a little bit more here, 15,284. So this means it leaves me with a profit of 11,000, even if I'm selling the 14 call. But let's just see if there's enough premium in there in the 14 call for next week to make it worth my while. And the 14 call right now disappeared. So let's just say the 1350, why not? Let's take a look at the 1350. So it probably gets like what? 21 cents, 22 cents. You get the idea? So let's jump back on the iPad onto the calculator and say, okay, so for next week, for the 21 cents, actually for the 1350, okay. So that's not bad at all. Did I do this right? Because that's not bad. Maybe I will go even to the 15. Wow. Because let me just show you something. Okay, so this is actually pretty cool that I can show you this. So I have two possibilities here. So if it is at 14.39, my break even 25th, I have 10,000 shares here. The strike price, let's just go with the 15, and the premium here would be 10 cents. That's not bad at all. It's not bad at all for next week. Okay, see? So in this case, if I would sell, and right now for the 15, I could easily get 10 cents, right? So if I do that, I would make $6,100 on the shares plus an additional $1,000 in premium. So that's not bad. That's not bad. Here's one of the reasons why today I'm holding out on Ride a little bit. So since I own this stock, I've become an expert on Ride. Don't want to be an expert on Lordstown Motors, but you see, when you own the stock, you want to make sure that you know what's going on with the company. So, you know, a lot of things have been going on. The Hindenburg report were accusing them of fake orders. Then it seemed that they were running out of cash. They had to restate something. In the filing, they said that they had an ongoing concern. All of these stuff. So it all was really, really bad news. And this is what was driving Lordstown lower. Then on Monday, the CEO and the CFO resigned. So this happened on Monday. And this is why on Monday, the stock at first said, that's not good at all. So this here is Monday where you have this down. Then the interim CEO, Angela Strand, and I believe it was the president, Rich Schmidt, don't know. They gave an interview on Tuesday to an automotive magazine, I believe, Associated, can't remember. And they said, you know what, we're actually doing good. We have enough orders so that we can go through 2021 easily and 2022 as well. So we have plenty of orders. And this is why the stock went higher and went as high as $11. Then this morning they actually announced that they bring on a new vice president, and the vice president is coming from GM. So lots of experience in the automotive industry. And that was actually good news, but it also turned out that they had to do another filing today where they said, you know what, on Tuesday, when we said that we have enough orders, let's rephrase this. All of these orders are not binding orders. So anyhow, this is why there's lots of confusion. And if you look at Ride today, I mean, this puppy has just a wild swing. So today we went from 10.03 to 11.07. That is a $1 swing. On a $10 stock, that is 10%. So that's quite a lot, especially if you look at the ADR. So let me just show you the ADR, the average daily range of the last 7 days. So on average, Lordstown Motors is moving $1.50 per day. So that's a lot. And it's reflected in the premiums. See, the premiums are 185% here, implied volatility. So it's a lot. So anyhow, long story. Why do I get there? Why am I not selling today? Because I do believe that there is a possibility, a very strong possibility, that maybe tomorrow or on Monday, it is quickly jumping up to either 11 again or even to 12. And when this happens, instead of collecting $1,000 in premium, I'm pretty sure that I can collect $2,000 in premium. Let me just clear my iPad. That's what I wanted to do. So long story short, here with the, one bird in the hand and two birds in the bush, right now I'm going with two birds in the bush because this stock is so volatile. I believe that there's a good chance that it might pop up here. Anyhow, so this is where how do we get there? I just wanted to show you today what I'm doing right now if I would get assigned with these two stocks. And what I would do is, yes, sell call premiums. So my goal is every week to make around $3,500. Actually, $3,500. And if I can already collect on these two stocks that I'm getting assigned to, if I can collect $2,000, I'll take this. I'm already halfway there. I don't have to do much, right? So that's the cool thing. Anyhow, so I wanted to share this with you, and I will also link to some additional videos here. So if you do have any more questions regarding the wheel strategy or how to fly rescue missions or what to do when assigned, there will be videos popping up here. At least I hope that I can make this happen. Okay. So since you are here live, so let's actually talk about a few things. I see that there's many comments. Really appreciate it. And okay, there is Park, 70% return in 2020 playing the wheel, plan on equal returns and on track for 2020. Okay, Park, you're very welcome. And I think the wheel is a great strategy. The important thing is don't panic when you get assigned. Make sure that you're picking the right stocks, right? And once you pick the right stocks, you are good. So wheel versus WinX, which has the higher win ratio? What do you mean in terms of winning percentage? With the PowerX strategy, you can expect 55 to 60%. With the wheel strategy, you can expect, right now, I have only had winning trades. So right now, for me personally, no, I had one losing trade. Since I've been trading it for, I don't know, last year. In the last year, I had one losing trade. So I want to say it's like 99.5%. Timothy, does this help at all? I don't think it's... I don't think winning percentage is a good measurement. So you should probably look in terms of returns. And returns, I'm doing better with the PowerX strategy than I'm doing with the wheel strategy in terms of ROI, return on investment. Okay. Anyhow, so Timothy's asking, on the PXO, what risk to reward should we pin on the screen to use? Right now, I like to use quick trades. So quick trades is the one that I like to use here. Okay. Cool. All right, so less is more said. I made more money on stocks that was assigned so far. Bring it on. That's exactly the point. And here's why. You see, let me just show you. So actually, let's go back here. Let's talk a little bit about Delta, right? And I'm bringing it up here. So I want to say AA. Let's bring it up. Actually, that gets too complicated. But long story short, you can sell calls aggressively with a higher delta and therefore collect more premium than you can with puts. So calls are saying when you sell calls, it brings in more money. Covered calls, this is why this is just such a fantastic strategy. Okay, anyhow, so Jeff said, jumped in with you on US Steel, Zillow, and Alcoa will probably be assigned. Why sell puts on stocks not near 90-day support? Okay, because I usually like to go for just the last 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks of support. Jeffrey, you can do whatever is more comfortable for you. If you like to go out for 90 days, go ahead. You will just find fewer stocks. You will have, you see, the more restrictive you are in your criteria, the fewer stocks you'll find. Now, admitted, the ones that you find might be better. Anyhow, based on my experience, I like to look back over the last 6 to 8 weeks as support versus the 90 days. So I'm probably looking for around 45 to 60 days, and you 90 days, that's fine too. Okay, good. Jake says, thoughts on only selling puts if the stock is above the 50-day moving average and if the strike price is below the Bollinger Band. I looked into this. For me, it gets too complicated. I mean, if it helps you, Jake, by all means, please do it. Yeah, you know me. I'm not here to say you have to do it a certain way. take my ideas and then add your own. And if you're doing better than me, good for you, right? I mean, by all means. So if this works for you, that's great. Okay, Claire Ewing, I got into JWN at 33.50, 50, picked it early up this week and stuck in Penn too. I wouldn't say stuck. Why are you stuck? I mean, yay, you have Penn. So this means that you can sell premium. That's good. That's awesome. So Nina's asking if assigned, which happens, sell covered calls. Week or a few weeks. Yeah, exactly. Nina, you got it. That's exactly what we're doing. Okay. So Jim has already assigned 3 already, and my assigned 3 more tomorrow out of the 8 puts that I've opened. I'm okay with it. Jim, I know, because you have actually already made more than $100,000 this year, right? So obviously you know what you're doing. I know that Jim has kept us up to date here and has basically said, yeah, you already cracked the 100,000, what, a week ago or 2 weeks ago? Anyhow, congratulations to you, Jim, by the way. Great job. Okay, you give us great confidence. In trading the wheel, best decision of my life on investment thus far is investing in the Parex Optimizer. Thanks. Well, thank you for being here. Thanks you for finding this channel. Thank you for liking it. Hint. Okay. And yeah, thank you for investing in Parex Optimizer. And I believe it is an awesome investment. Okay. So Ali says the wheel and the Parex strategy are both directional strategies, but if you enter the trade on a wheel when the stock is coming down and the other when the stock is going up, does it make sense? Well, first of all, they're not both bullish strategies. That's not true. Yeah, I mean, with the Parex strategy, yes, we try to find a short upswing. You see, the upswing that we are looking for is between 5 to 20 days. Do you call this bullish? It's a rather short-term swing, right? And with the wheel strategy, I mean, let's take a look at this here, Ali, because I think that there's some misunderstanding about the wheel strategy. So if you look at, for example, JWN here, see, when I entered it, we were probably trading around 35. Not quite sure. So what does it mean? So yes, it means that we're okay if the stock goes up. We're okay if the stock just goes sideways, and we're okay if the stock goes down. In fact, if you look at the wheel scanner here on Parex Optimizer, oops, let me just quickly do this. There we go. And we take a look, for example, at Penn. You will see that here on Penn, the drop in percent, this stock can actually go down 6 to 8%. So it can go down 6 to 8%, and we're still doing good. So therefore, Ali, I think you're a little bit confused. The wheel is not a strategy for a bullish market. It is a strategy for a market that is going sideways, up, or even slightly down. Here you see in Penn as the example, 6 to 8% down. That's quite a lot, wouldn't you say? Okay. Anyhow, so William, what's the reason you prefer selling puts than selling calls? There's more selling calls. Yeah, but you need to own the stock first. You need to own the stock first. I would never, ever sell naked calls, and here's why. When you're selling puts, right, your loss is limited because the stock can only go to 0. The stock cannot go negative, right? When you're selling calls and you're not covered, I mean, the stock can double, triple, quadruple. Think about GME, AMC. I mean, it can happen to stocks, right? That they double. And this way, I mean, this is where you're getting really, really badly hurt. So I wouldn't do it, William. This is the reason why I first sell puts, then number 2, I get assigned, and then number 3, I'm selling calls. Making sense? Okay, so Jim, yeah, okay. US Steel, the drop was crazy. Yeah, but it's all okay. It's all okay. So John says it's also yay if you have 5 to 6 positions assigned in your account. Yes, and here's why, John. Then I don't have to worry what stocks to pick for next week. I already have the stocks picked for me because now all I need to do is selling calls against the stocks that I already own. So make my life so much easier. Because now, instead of trading for 30 minutes a day, I'm only trading for 5 minutes a day. So yes, I like it. I like it. So Trader X says, I focus on premium per day. If it's above my target, I take the buy or sell. Yeah, that's fine. Again, and to you, it's what matters. I like the premium per day. Super, super important here. Okay, cool. Joseph getting assigned on FCX. Okay, cool. No problem. So Des from Toronto, so good to see you here. Okay. So Tobias. Oh yeah, okay. So great question, because I think in one of the previous videos here, let me just clarify. one of the previous videos, I made a mistake when I did my calculations. So let me clarify to you of what exactly I did here. So initially I sold 4,700 or 47 puts. So it was 47 times 2150. Then I sold another 2,300 at 13. And then I sold another 3,000 at 9. Teresa, are you here? Is that correct? Teresa is keeping tabs for me. If you add this up, that should actually work. So what I did last time, I forgot that I got assigned a third time here. So Tobias, is this making sense? So I'm sorry that if previously I had the math wrong. So this is what happened. So I promise you that my cost base is 1579. And here's how I know it. So that's a cool thing. I know it because my broker actually shows it to me. My broker shows here that my cost basis is 1579. Making sense? Okay, cool. All right. So hope that clears this up. And yeah. As a whole, do you sell weeklies or monthlies? Just weeklies. With weeklies, you have more control. Okay, cool. So what else? Froggy says this is more helpful than the YouTubers who just pump popular stocks, never show us when trades go back. I appreciate it. I mean, this is what I promised in the intro, right? When the fancy music comes up. This is about real trades. Yeah, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'll be happy to show you my winning trades. I'll be happy to show you the trades that get in trouble. And my purpose here is to help you when you have a trade that gets in trouble so that you know what to do here. Okay, so Tuan says, what time on Monday are you going to sell right at the market open? Yeah, because I usually just trade the first 30 minutes after the open. So between 9:30 and 10, so sometime in the first 30 minutes. Okay, good. Chat gets AA and FCX. Good, fantastic. Trader Rick sometimes averages down. That is okay, fantastic. So Francesco says, if you get assigned on all puts, what happened on your margin and liquidity? Do you still have the possibility to sell other puts? Well, I divided my account into 5 equal parts here, so I'm okay if I get assigned in 5 positions. And this is the goal here. So right now I have 6 positions on. It would be highly unusual if I get assigned in all of them. So probably another 2, and then I have 4, and therefore I still have margin available here. Okay, cool. So Kenneth says, I'm doing the wheel strategy with a 10K account. Is it better to sell one contract in a few different securities or more contracts in one? For you, I would say trade up to 3 positions, right? I mean, $10,000 is really, really low. You might actually only do 2 positions. Otherwise, you won't be able to do this one contract, right? So yeah, it's a little bit tricky here. Anyhow. Lisa, I just saw your post in our in Mighty Networks, and I asked some of our mastermind members to respond to you, and now I see that you're joining our mastermind. Super excited, Lisa. I'm super excited to start trading with you, and that's what we do this week. We have been trading with our mastermind live every single day because it's our virtual boardroom that we do once a month, and usually during regular weeks we are doing it live on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That we are trading together. Pick the best opportunities. So I'm so excited, Lisa, that you decided to join us. This will be awesome. Okay. Cutty Sark, yeah, they were lying about binding orders, and it's potato. Here's the deal, right? So Ford actually took the same deal. Yeah, pay $100 to reserve an F-150. And when they revealed the Ford F-150, they said, oh, we have all these orders. Okay. Tesla did it with the Model 3. With the Model 3, they said, hey, you can pre-order for $100. And everybody paid $100 and said, oh, we have all these orders. Then who else? No, Tesla also did it with the Cybertruck. You could reserve it for $100, right? I think the main difference is that Ford and Tesla, they went out to retailers, right? I mean, retail users, let's say, while Lordstown does it to fleets. And when you order like 100 trucks, right? I mean, there's a difference. You can say, well, I put down a few $100s here, but I only want to have 50 trucks or something like this. So I don't know the legalities of this, and I agree. They could have probably done a better job. So when the president was on that call on Tuesday and talked about the binding orders, I think he basically said, hey, we are reconfirming them. We don't know what it means. So have they been lying about the binding orders? I think they've done it in the same way as Tesla and Ford did and say, hey, we have all these reservations or all these orders or all these pre-orders or whatever you call them, right? Anyhow, okay, Jinsoon says, this week selling calls collected 45 cents. That's awesome. That's great. John says, would you ever just take a loss on LVS since the chart doesn't look good if you believe in charts? You know, I believe in the company. I believe in LVS. Las Vegas Sands, I think that Vegas is back in full swing. People are traveling, airports are full, flights are full, and I believe that Las Vegas will come back with the vengeance, and then Las Vegas Sands will do good. So will MGM, so will Wynn, right? I mean, all of the casino operators here. And Jinsoon said at 91, okay, 91 times 45 cents. I need to do the math. That's probably good premium that you got here. Let's see, 91 times 45. So you collect like $4,000 in premium, Jinsoon? Does that sound right? Okay, cool. How much of the collected premium would you give back if you get called away at your break-even price? I would have to calculate this. I can do this in the next Coffee with Marcus. I just see that there's a bunch of more questions and we only have a few minutes. So the cost is $15.79. Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. So I need to do the math there and I will do it. We can maybe run through this in the next Coffee with Marcus. How does that sound? Okay. So Daniel says, do you roll options to avoid getting assigned? No, because I want to get assigned. I want to get assigned in AA. I want to get assigned in CWH. I want to. So no, I'm not rolling the options. I want to own the stock here. Okay, cool. Fire Mipsai says you should sell the 8 put for next week. Honestly, I am thinking about the 7 put and there's not enough premium in there. So I was thinking about the 7 put, not the 8. I'm looking at the 7 here. Anyhow, cool. What about don't sell any call on right and well how it goes next week? Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. Okay, cool. All right, Tim, thank you for sharing your wield strategy process. This is helpful. When are you switching to trade here? Probably towards the end of the month. I really wanted to get out of the right position because it's a pain in the butt to transfer a position over from one broker to another. It's possible. It takes around 2 weeks. I was hoping that I got out of this and then it would have been way easier. So now I need to start the process, which I will do. Okay. And yeah, the right saga. It never ends. It never ends. There's never a dull moment with this stock. Never a dull moment. Okay. Anyhow. So LP16, does anyone here make money trading Forex? Probably not. I don't, because you're trading against the house. You're trading against the broker. I'm not trading Forex. I did a video on this. If you're interested in this, take a look at this. I'll link to it in the description of why I'm not trading Forex and why I prefer trading stocks and options here. Okay, cool. What account budget is required to generate $3,000 with PowerX? Well, we're shooting for around 60% a year. And this really depends. Is it a cash account? Is it a margin account? But you can reverse engineer it, right? So if you want to make $3,000 per month, this would be, let me just do the math for you here. So $3,000 per month times 12 would be $36,000 divided by 0.6. So I want to say around $60,000 as an account, 60, maybe $70,000, and you should be good, new Pete. Does this help? Okay, cool. All right, let's see. What other questions? Patty says, watching you trade right has me enabled to be calm and patient with my trades. So glad you did not get tired of it and cut your losses. And again, I still might do it. We shall see, right? We shall see. But yeah, this is my purpose here. This is why I'm doing it. I mean, this is why I'm showing you my losses and what to do when I get in trouble. This is really my hope, Patty, that it helps you and others here. So very good. Okay. So Chris says, watching your videos since 2 months, read your wheel book. Yeah, by the way, if you haven't picked up the wheel book, I have written a book on this strategy. On our website, it's only $4.95 and we'll ship it to you. Just leave a link in the, there's a link in the description here. If you would like to learn more about the PowerX strategy, there's another book, PowerX Strategy. 2 strategies, 2 books, $4.95 each, or you can get them on Amazon. On Amazon, I think they're like 25 bucks. But if you have an Amazon gift card that is burning a hole in your pocket and you want to get rid of it, get the books on Amazon. There's Jeff, just $30,000 this week, trading the wheel strategy for this year on a much smaller account. This is awesome. Congratulations, Jeff. I'm really, really, really happy for you. This is awesome. Okay. Hey, I hope that you enjoyed this video here today. If you did, do me a favor, click on like right now, and I'll make some other videos pop up that you will enjoy. So just watch another video if you can get rid of, or if you can get enough of this German accent here. They'll pop up right now, I hope. Okay, take care. I'll see you in the next video.